relationship, but not the type of relationship that you think it would be about. And this discourse is centered around a leader and subordinate type of relationship, right? Who is usually wrong, who is usually right, and who should indeed take a bow, at every point in time, whenever there are issues. Who should just, be the bigger person, right? Between these two. I mean, imagine you're part of a team and you're working on a critical project, right? Now, your leader, who is a visionary, right? He has a vision. But you as a subordinate about the approach, who's right? Who's wrong? Who's right? Who's wrong? You got concerns about the approach, but your leader is the one that has the vision, right? Now, who is right and who is wrong? Let's explore further, right? Now, Vicky, can we do a little bit of role play? You be the leader, and I'll just be the subordinate now. Let's just look into this conversation right here and on here, right? Keep in mind, we're looking at between leader and subordinate, who is usually wrong or right. Okay.
Now, a leader might say, I have been in this field for years.
Vicky, role play this thing now.
Oh, come on, role play.
Hey, the leader is saying it, then now the way you go talk him, you carry like the leader.
Like you wait.
Not sound like Vic. Right. Okay.
Okay. UD.
Yeah.
I've been in this field for years, and I know what works. My way is the best way to achieve our goal. But is that always true?
Right. Well, subordinates might say, Vicky, I've been working on this project and I see potential issues, sir. With the leader's approach, can we consider alternative solutions? But are they just being resistant to change?
When you sense this, when you sense this, this topic of discourse,
yes,
analyze it from several angles.
Okay, let's hear it.
Now,
let's hear it.
You are the visionary. The site is in front of you. You can't run it alone.
Right.
That is why you work with a team. You must have a team to work with.
Okay.
Now, just like you have the whole body, you have the head, you have the hands, you have the leg, you have every part of the body. The hand can't do without the mouth. The same way the leg can't do without the rest part of the body. They all work together to function as a body.
Okay.
Now, you being the visionary, or probably in terms of another term, a project manager.
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
that part.
Your team to work with. Then you now decide to throw the floor open to bring in these guys, to employ them as part of your team. Now, you will table your vision to this team of yours. Then they'll start.
They run with it.
They run with it, exactly.
They should run with
it.
They
run with it. They start bringing in their own input, because if you actually want to run alone, you don't need your team.
You won't even go far.
You won't even go far.
If you want to run
That's
alone,
the
I
thing.
get that. Yeah.
Now, different parts of your team or individuals, they have their different strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
So you must have seen their curriculum vitae or probably their resume to know where their strengths are and where their weaknesses are.
Okay.
You now put round hole or round peg in round holes, and same goes. We disagree to agree, and they will come to a compromise. They will come to a table. Now, if that the subordinate can't flow with the team lead or the employee or probably the employer, then you get the boots. That's just it.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Okay, Vicky tells us how he sees it.
No man is an island of his own.
Right.
Even the visionary is not an island of his own, because he needs a team to work with.
All right, Vicky, you've said it all. I mean, this reminds me of a fellowship I used to attend back in the day. And when male and female are called up to give accounts, maybe they just had the woman just delivered a newly born baby, stuff like that, and they're coming up to give Thanksgiving testimony and all that. After they, women are always the ones that express it. Praise the Lord, and they scream and they everything. The church is in woo 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 woo. After the woman has finished talking, you hear, and then I say, oh, yeah, man, the husband also give his statement or say his own testimony. He said, my wife has said it all. Because she has said everything. Come on, so what else am I going to say, right? Vicky, you have spoken comprehensive wisdom. You've seen it from different angles. But then let's put it out there to the listener now. The question is out there. The big question will be between the leader and subordinate, who is usually wrong or right at every point in time? When the things go south, it's usually wrong or right. Right. That question is like a multi-million question. Yeah.
Seriously.
Well,
because so many angles you look at.
You're right, though. Both leaders and subordinates, they face challenges and arguments. I mean, leaders might be biased by their experience or authority. Right? They might. While subordinates might be hesitant to speak up due to fear of repercussions.
That's
very deep.
Very deep.
That's deep now, right?
Make a boy, you talk.
Talk
now.
Right? But then we should also understand that when it comes to leadership, there are two types: authoritarian, right? And of course, there is legitimacy. Legitimacy carries both, and both of them carry their power.
Exactly.
They're just power. But one can be authoritarian, the other can be legitimate. In other words, endorsed by everybody. People maintain their integrity. Even when you're not around, they still do the right thing. Not because they fear you, but because they respect you. And that respect, they say, is reciprocal. So they respect you. They say, you don't give what you don't have. You give only what you have. Right? As well as we have followers. Oh, subordinates that can be very, very clueless. There are some subordinates that will not, they're just too proud. Now, you can't correct this one, so. No, you dare not tell me I'm wrong.
Now,
how can you?
If you look at several,
I know it's better than
if you look at several subordinates,
yeah,
there are different type of them you find.
Oh, they're numerous.
Numerous.
In fact, for the leaders, you can even say them two ways.
Two ways, yeah.
You can say the legitimate, the authoritarian, and all, but it's still subordinates.
There are plenty.
Oh my God, there's an array.
Some will be in the office, and so probably in an organization.
Yeah.
And even in part of that project team, say, let us just be here. Let's just see how it rolls. At the end of the month,
I'll collect my salary without doing anything. And they're comfortable.
They're very comfortable. They just wake up 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. They're at work doing nothing. And
they come early.
They come early, very early in the morning. They tend to do their job and they leave at the end of the day. Now there are other subordinates who can speak truth to power.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Some can be very annoying.
Yeah.
They don't even send and they don't even care. No, if okay, something is out there for me waiting. But there are some who will still tell you the truth, but they do it in a very respectful way. Now it's not left for the leadership to really I'll see where this guy is coming from. That's one. There's also others who are scared.
Oh yeah.
Of even talking. Either scared of, we don't know what the management will say, or probably the authority will say, or probably those on top will say. They don't know what they will say, but they just want to just do their thing. And you find all these different characters in an organization.
And you see some of the subordinates, they don't even like teamwork.
They don't like teamwork.
No. I want to do it myself. So I shine. I want to shine. I want to be seen. Right.
And those ones will come early and come and mark presents.
Lord.
Then immediately it is 2 minutes to 5.
They're off. But anyways, though, we already opened everything up for you, the perspective and all of that. But we're saying now, if you're looking at leadership and subordinates, yeah, when things go wrong, when there is a challenge, right, within an organization, or even taking it outside an organization. Let's say, in our social circles, even in the family, and all of that. Whether you agree or not, there's subordinate and leader everywhere.
No.
So I don't know. Some people will say no. I mean, the family is not supposed, not subordinate, and his brother and sister. Oh, my dear. Your brother is still your senior. There's an older brother. There's a younger one. So come on.
The man leads and everyone
follows. Come on, say please. That's how it goes. So, yeah. But most of the time, yeah, is it the follower? Okay, maybe we should leave it at follower and leader.
Leader, yeah.
Yeah, leadership and followership. Yeah. So when things go wrong, who should bear the brunt of the blame more? Is it the leadership or the followership? Yeah, you've been in situations like that. Yeah. Oh, yes. That for some of y'all, that in fact, the reason you stopped working for someone is because of this same experience. Maybe that's why you stopped. So you said, you know what, I will do my own thing.
And when you know you cannot cope, you throw in the towel.
Yeah, when you know you can't cope, you throw in the towel. Then for some of y'all, for the same reasons you left that place, or you left that social circle, that social network, and became a boss of your own. You now carry over
what you saw or what you did.
What you carried over.
You know one thing
what
about
you should have learned from.
What exactly? Now, one thing about you,
it's crazy.
Working. You know, when you leave the four walls of the university, you go to your sofa comments.
Yes.
And after 1 year, you find yourself in an office. You're supposed to learn the ropes. That's why you're doing NYT. Then you learn the ropes of that organization, how long you stay before you intend to, start up yours.
Right.
But it's not the scenario of what we see.
Oh no, today no, it's
you
quick,
jump
sharp.
Exactly. You jump from one job to another. Even while you have a job, you see on that opening, you still apply there, believing that it will still work out well for you. You're not even learning something from where you are.
So we have half-baked people.
You still half-baked? That will even run stomach. We don't know if it's fully cooked. That's the truth.
Vicky. Anyways, we'll open the phone lines now. You tell us 0907-353-0044. That is the number. The other number is 09088888, and the WhatsApp portal number is 0909-705-4450. You can send us a voice note via the WhatsApp portal number too as well, and let's have your thoughts on this particular issue. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Daniel.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, the Sport Minister.
Good morning to you.
Sir.
Morning, sir.
Yes, Hundu.
Undu,
all the way from
Nasarawa State. Undu, talk to us.
Daniel, this open bounty. I'm not free to discuss something else that's on my mind.
Oh,
in Abuja.
No, Tekenbi. This is the topical issue. Leadership, followership. That's what we're looking into. That's the banter, actually.
Yes, I would have just like to mention the issue of people who are in charge of hospitalities.
Sorry?
Often hear our staff they just starting on hotels and we don't know anything about it. We are appealing to the commission on the FCT to do something about this. We need to honor something.
Okay, Tekenbi, this is not the forum for that, right? As much as I understand this might be at the behest of your heart, in your chest right there, and you believe that you need to put this out. But let's stick to what the conversation is about, okay? So we're looking at leadership and followership. When the things go wrong, who should the bulk of the blame be apportioned? Who should carry the bulk of the blame? Is it the younger one? Is it the boss or the follower? Is it the leader or the subordinate? Who should bear the brunt for any miscafé? You remember that? Any misbehavior when things go wrong.
Sorry, last night I was with a friend. And, we got talking on what kind of business to do, knowing fully well how the economy is, and we were just trying to put that, And eventually he made mention of, and I mentioned, I said, even if you look at it in this kind of environment that we're in now, it's good to even start up a pharmacy business or probably open a pharmacy business. So it was like, no. If it's a pharmacy, you have to, get chemist will be better. I said no, but I think pharmacy will be better. He said no, because if you want to open a pharmaceutical store, you must employ someone who has a pharmaceutical certificate and other things like that. I said, okay, wow. So he kept talking about it and he opened my eyes to a lot of things. Now, where am I going to? When you're starting up a business, it's good you know about that business. Because if you don't know about that business and you get in someone who knows about the business, you might get into a problem. Yes.
Okay.
Because one, there's a way you will have a mindset about that particular business. And the person who knows something about it, you're not even allowing him to operate.
True.
So you see, this now, who will you put the blame on in trying to narrow it down to the topical issues you were talking about this morning? You must have an idea of your knowledge, of the business you're going into. If you employ someone and you are not ready to learn from the person you are employing, there's going to be a problem.
Okay, well, there's another angle to it. I mean, if you're going to start up, something, you have an idea. That you have an idea in your head doesn't mean it's successful. It's going to be successful.
It doesn't mean that you're knowledgeable
about it too as well. So you need to also get the grand training, at least, the basics.
The basics. Yes.
And then, of course, so that when you employ and have people, jump in your team, you don't sound like a broken record, right?
Sure.
So they look at you and they say, at least our guy knows this thing, And that feels good. But then, whilst they are also in their assignments, you are also learning from them. But Vicky, if you ask me, I would say the followers most of the time are the ones to blame. I don't know about you, but you might want to say it's the leaders, but it's okay.
I would want to even say
there's
leaders.
So much on the shoulders.
So much they are carrying.
One who carries you along.
Yes.
Regardless of who that person is, regardless of the person's maybe habits, right? Regardless, the place of taking leadership is not something. If it was so easy, you make you run them now. You were the follow run them.
Run them.
Run them. Make we see.
You're right.
So I would say that look, the persons who should bear the brunt of it, for me,
are the followers.
They are the followers. In fact, if we want to even take it into the other, look at the PDP issue where people have been saying ICU, the PDP has been asked the ICU and all of that. There's been so much talk about that. Who are the people that are following? Who are in this party?
If I try to toe your line of ideology that you're trying to follow now, I will still go with you. Right. Why? Because when you look at a visionary, he tends to sit down. You don't know what he has been doing in his cooler, as in back room. What he's doing, sitting down, putting these ideas together, then comes up with the funds, comes up with a lot of things, and you as a follower, you come in, you're supposed to bring in some things, but at the same time, in as much as I want to go through that line, there's some leaders and visionaries that are very stubborn.
Okay, put it back to your thoughts though. Roll out the numbers and then we go on a short break. 0907 353 0044. The other number is 0908 766 8888. And the WhatsApp portal number is 0705 4450. Catch us across social media platforms as we are hosting an internationally accepted, nationally rewarding, as well as a locally embracing television there on social media. Talking about Facebook right there. Match the voice with the faces and the ambience that the studio provides. On YouTube, subscribe at Eagles FM Abuja. Do the same on Facebook. Give us a like, give us a following at Eagles FM Abuja. Leave a comment behind and let's banter. There's banter. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Eunice, where are you calling from?
Good do.
Good do. All right, Eunice, very quickly though, talk to us. Between a leader and a subordinate, right? Who is usually wrong or right?
My own is the leader.
Oh, it's the leader. Okay. Why?
Yes,
Why do you say that?
If the leader plays his game well, the follower will follow him very well. But if the leader did not play his game very well, then everything will not go well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, get that. So, Eunice, would you like to be a leader? Oh, she gone. I was gonna ask her, would she like to be a leader or a follower? Right?
It depends. There are people that are very scared of starting theirs up.
Sometimes it's not, when we say leadership, it's not about starting a business. Sometimes it's just holding a position of leadership.
You might find yourself there. And if you don't have...
Okay, so the followers don't need the right attitude or character.
Of course, they need the right attitude or character.
So you're saying the leaders need it more than the followers?
Sure, for you to be a leader, you must have a good charisma, good character, good attitude. Even the followers too also need saying. Okay. But there's this thing about a leader. Once you assume that position, you don't just carry it and give to anyone. There's some things that you must have done and see if you can lead so that others will follow.
Okay, so Vicky. Okay, you know what? We'll come back. We'll continue this conversation in a short bit. Don't go away.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Imagine a city where green spaces thrive, communities connect, and innovation flourishes. Town planning shapes the future. From transportation hubs to public parks, every detail matters. Town planning creates spaces that inspire and uplift the community. Join the conversation every Thursday by 5 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Town planning, building cities that thrive. This is brought to you by the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners FCT chapter.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
On May, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu waka again, comot from comfort zone, match ground wey not dey common. Him introduce Nigeria First policy to boost Nigeria economy, make it for grow weller and faster. Tinubu government believe say, like charity, prosperity sef suppose begin from home. So therefore, government don begin look inside to make local products and service them number one choice anytime they want buy or do anything. With this Nigeria First policy, we no go dey rely too much on foreign importation again. E go give new power to our manufacturing sector and the SMEs them, and they boost Nigeria GDP. Even self, e go reduce our debt for foreign trade, boost the money wey dey inside with foreign account, provide more work for we youths them, increase the money wey government they make inside our country here, and bring better for our manufacturers and agriculture people them. Guy, my people, this Nigeria First policy, na be the way to go. Oh yeah, make we all follow wella.
Now State House, Department of Media and Publicity Power Up.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now this is Eagles morning rise it is. Right, but it's the general open banter, and my name is Udwak Daniel. Call me UD, the golden voice on your radio. I got my mans right here.
Yes, still Double V, Vicky Vic, still hanging out with UD.
That's right. Between leader and subordinate, who is usually wrong or right? I need y'all to be honest now.
Be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Be honest.
Between the leader and the follower, who is right? Whenever Bege sup. You know?
Now, in organization, I was talking to UD behind the mic when we went for that quick break.
Yes.
I can give 2 examples of organizations that went down due to leadership problems.
You can, of course.
So let's just leave it that way. Let's just leave it that way. Now, in a family, a woman can decide to not be a good follower, especially when he sees that the husband or the man in the house is not doing the needful. Yes. The same time, children can fall on the wayside if the parents are not doing well. So this is where leaders have their own issues. Followers, when the leaders doing theirs and the followers refuse to play their own part, they take the share of the blame.
Right.
So it can go either way, it can go across. But like I said, I've seen instances where leaders don't do the right thing and the organization fold up. When leaders don't do the right thing, family crumbles.
So who should bow to the other between the leader and the follower? Who should bow? I mean, regardless of who's...
As long as you are under someone, you should bow to that person.
Okay. So
and if you feel that you cannot be part of it, instead of being like the Israelites that were in a particular place, becoming Mr. and Mrs. Momos,
40 years
for
and 40
Mr. and Mrs. Momo, you walk away.
Right.
Simple.
Well, regardless of who's right or wrong, though, effective communication and mutual respect are very key.
Very key.
I mean, to the subordinates.
Exactly.
And at other times, those subordinates need
Needs
to
to
trust
be-
their
their
leader's
leaders.
vision. Trust the vision. It may not even be the leader. Don't even trust the leader. I think that's the point. Trust
the vision.
even the vision, because that's what will drive you.
Yes.
If you're going to follow by actions or inactions of a leader, you won't follow.
You won't
go
exactly. That's another point again.
Take the
That's
vision.
Take
Look
the
at the
vision.
vision.
Run with it.
Run with
it.
And for me, I would say again that maybe this might be the place where the two parties must engage every time. So role play.
Role play.
Do you know why? As a leader, if a follower misbehaves or does not carry out instructions, before I react, let me role play that I am the follower. What could be the challenge?
And put yourself in his or her shoes.
Yes. And then you too, as a follower, when the leader comes heavy on you like that, and you say, he's acting this way, he's too harsh, he's too strict, he's too that, he's too... Role play. Say, if I was the leader and I gave this directive, and there is a deadline, and there is monies to be made, and it's from these monies that I get paid as a follower. And I discovered that, okay, now that I've taken up the leadership position, and this particular follower or that one have proven to be ineffective or inactive, what do I do?
Now you give me act like a leader.
Like a leader, yeah.
Now, if the leader, in his wisdom or her wisdom, has done the needful, but yet the environment is not enabled enough for the worker to get what he wants, in probably making that money. These are also other things we should put into perspective.
So there's a lot of perspective to this.
A lot of perspective to it.
Okay.
Because I let what you said come in or put yourself in your shoes.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't put themselves in other people's shoes.
Now, first of all, when you are a project manager, how often do you meet? How often do you meet? Okay, what is your what are your roles for this week? What are your tasks for this week? You should be able to put a task that the followers will follow, and at the end you submit a report.
Right.
Is it that the subordinate submit the report to the head, and the head submits to the other head, and then you will see the loopholes. You see, it takes a long, it's from different perspective for an organization to work. Two can play that game.
Let's not also limit it to an organization.
The same thing at home.
Even at home.
Even
in your social circles and all of that. Yeah? This person is your leader. This person is ahead of you. In fact, what leadership just means is I'm just ahead. I'm just ahead of you.
You bring up the ideas.
Yeah, bring up the ideas.
And others run.
Yeah, I chart, right? Doesn't mean the follower can't chart a way forward. But yeah, I chart a way forward. I map out what the way forward will look like. And then you add flesh to the skeletal mapping that I've given and make it a human. That's just what it is.
Now,
but
I get where you're going to.
Yeah.
If you look at it again from all the perspective we've discussed, you must sit on a round table.
Oh, round table conversation.
Yes, you must, because that is the place where you do the trashing. That is where you add the flesh. You will disagree to agree, but you will still come to a common ground. That's the. Is that communication there? These are the things we also look at. Definitely, you have the way you look at. Yes, as a visionary, you look at it from one angle. Now, not to an organization. Now, even at home, even in schools,
right?
You have this. You table it. This is how I want it to be. Take for instance now. Maybe me as a sport minister on radio, I want to start up a football club. I put it on the table. I said, okay, I bring 1 or 2 people. Definitely those ones, they have their own ideas concerning a football club. They'll say, okay, instead of you doing it this way, why not come this way? And I will ask you, why do you want me to come this way? You table it out. Okay. And even because of you tabling it, you want to also break it down. So, but nobody is perfect.
So you're saying that when communication is breached, right, it just kills the entire process. You just reminded me of something now. I mean, just recently we saw on the front page of Nigerian newspapers where school children were asked to come out, to welcome Mr. President. He visited Benue State in the rain.
In the rain.
In fact, but what the script says is that they were forced. Although some others are saying, "Oh, how can you force children to come out in the rain just to welcome a dignitary?" That no, it's impossible, right? Now look at the teachers now as the leaders or the instructors, and look at the children, the pupils as the followers, the subordinates. Yeah. If in this manner, in this case, in this situation, the children told the teachers, no, the rain is falling heavily, some of us will catch a cold. Some of us are not even feeling so well, and all of that. Or I am allergic to cold, the rain. There are some people when the rain touches them like that, you start seeing their body react and stuff. I'm allergic to rain. What do you think will happen to such a student?
Nothing will happen to that student.
Nothing?
Nothing will happen to that student.
That says that I don't think I can join the rest to come out.
In Nigerian context, nothing will happen to those children. But the teachers will get something. Because why? They are disrespecting an instruction from above.
No, okay, good. So, in other words, at a different hierarchy, yeah, even the teachers can also be subordinates.
Yes.
Okay.
Because an instruction was given to them.
And they also pass the instruction to the
exactly.
end subordinate.
The children. Because if you ask, that's why I said in Nigeria, so you allow children to come and welcome the president under the rain.
In the rain, actually.
Oh, okay, in the rain.
Yeah.
With the whole insecurity.
Right.
So come on, look at it. I don't want. I saw it. I didn't want to talk about it.
I said I didn't want to talk about it. But yeah,
it's to me it's bizarre.
No, I get that.
That's just it.
But maybe they were just happy to welcome Mr. President. I'm just saying, it could be happiness. No, I'm serious. No, don't play down on it, because it could be some of those pupils. I've probably not even seen the president of the country pass through their streets or their roads.
Something took the president there.
That's what I'm saying.
And an opportunity to welcome the president under the rain.
It might be excitement.
He should have told all the civil servants to come outside under the rain to welcome the president. That would have been better, not children.
Right. Yes. Those ones are really young.
Yes, that would have been better.
I get the part.
But why did they even bring? I don't want to go into this.
No. Let's drop out of it.
Why did they bring the children?
Out of it.
They should have told citizens of Benue State, the food basket of the nation, please come out and welcome. If people go outside.
Okay, we're still looking at between leadership and subordinate, who is usually wrong, who should collect the bulk of the blame when something goes wrong, right? And this is not indeed streamlined to just the organizations, right? There are social circles that you belong to. You are either the leader there, or the subordinate there, or a sub-leader, because there's always leader, sub-leaders, and that's how it goes. Yeah, but I don't think there's sub-subordinates. Followers.
Then when it comes to organization, that's why you have what's that?
The hierarchies, organograms.
Exactly. That's why you have the organogram.
Yeah.
You know where your place is. You don't pass it.
So man your place.
Man place
effectively.
That is why most organizations, most family run with the organogram.
You
will know where your jurisdiction is. Don't cross this place. Don't cross this place. That's just how it is. You don't expect somebody in security posts to now come into the organization and come see how you can banter with someone that is like one of the sub leaders. You don't do that. Your place is your place.
Doesn't mean there is segregation, though.
No, it doesn't mean. Just
In
like
fact.
now, you actually you hailed someone on shoulders for what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's manning her place.
She's manning her place,
and you're able to give her thumbs up
Yeah,
for
yeah.
what she's doing.
Exactly.
So that's how it is.
So there should be a fluidity, within the system.
In the system.
People should be able to interact freely.
Like when you're in the family, you even like if you have 4 kids, you will let them know that this is your senior brother, this is your senior sister. No matter how both of you sit down and play, you still have to let them know
elder and younger
that this
brother.
is your elder.
Okay,
So that's how it is.
I get that. So even though there's so much harmony, laughter, and all that, people still know their limitations.
Exactly, and know your place.
I don't have to go beyond this. This person is still way up there.
Exactly.
All right? They say a person will pass you, don't pass you.
So some leaders might want to have that friendly relationship
Yeah.
with their subordinate,
Doesn't mean you should
but doesn't mean you
undermine
should
it.
exactly or abuse it.
Abuse it. Right, y'all want to tell me, though, okay, the phone line is still open. I don't know why y'all are implicit. Is it that you are part of the... You're part of the people.
The followers that are not doing the
right thing. Well, we should put it out there. You're a follower. You belong to an organization now. You're working there, or you are, within the family system as a follower, or you're in a social circle as a follower. Please, the country is hard already. Don't make it harder. Right? If you have responsibility, you have something that's been given to you as a task, please just do it.
Just do it.
Do it, Mbok.
Just do it.
Because
that's why you have JD. Job description.
Job description. Please. In fact, some of you don't even know your job description.
Go back
and read it. In fact, ask your leader. That's right, please. Oma, can I see?
Please, sorry, I'm going to cut you here. Please, I don't want you to even go into JD.
No. Now wait, I'm serious.
There was a place I used to work, and I had a position. After spending about 6 months there,
you didn't know your job description.
I'm on the plenty.
Okay,
if I was not HR, I was admin. If I was not admin, I'm assistant admin.
No. We're coming to that. We're coming to that. Well, know your job description as the follower, right? Yeah, and stick to it. Stick to it. Be also willing to bend a bit. Assist. Yeah, assist. Because there's this thing, there's some people that say, hey, it's just my department and all of that. If the other department needs help, it's not come and carry over no. Help, assist me.
And you're not forced.
And you're not forced.
Or coerced.
No, coerced. No, you're not coerced. No, you're not forced now. You shouldn't be forced and coerced now. Come on. What are you saying?
No.
You shouldn't be forced now. Come on. I'm just saying. But it is, or you even see, it's more like you see that, these people, this department is not really, but if I can impute this or I advise them like this, they'll do better. Don't keep quiet and say, my job is just here. I cannot go beyond. No. Reach out. And then reach out through the appropriate channel. It's not to go and confront. If there's a head in that department, go to the head and say, I'm suggesting. I'm going to put it that you know it too much. I'm suggesting. But that's how it works.
Do you also know that there are at times some, like we said earlier, there's so many perspectives to this.
No, there are. We're trying to put it, in a perspective that is the normal perspective before we start going into all of those other,
because there are some followers naturally they are snitch in the office.
Okay, I get that.
All they want to do is to see how they pull others down and gain favor.
Right, there's a high service everywhere now. Come on, even in the family, in the home,
so we have to also point that out, that once these things are there, it can even affect them being subordinate to the leaders.
I get that. Well, you put it out there already, and then just to also put it out there too for the leaders. You are in the net. There is also JD.
For you.
There's JD overseeing, supervising to ensure that every other, mechanisms under you, they indeed are fruitful and they work as and when due, right? Effective oversight and all of that. But then it is also necessary to remind the subordinates. I look at your job description, This is what I'm expecting of you or from you. This is what you're expected of, right? To do. Because, and if there is a new directive, also go through the channels.
Should be communicated.
Communicated. And where there is a need for brainstorming, there should be a round table. There should be a round table, conversation. Because, of course, there is a difference between there's leadership and there is a rulership.
Yes, there's leadership and rulership.
So there are two different things. Whilst one thrives on authoritarianism, the other thrives on legitimacy.
Yes, that's the leadership where you have your followers.
Right. And then we can't even say it enough. But let's go see some perspective, some of your reactions already. But I see this message here. Let's see. Vicky, can we do justice? Yes.
Good morning, Eagles FM.
Good morning to you, Joseph from Jahi.
Okay, leaders is not the problem.
Okay.
Because in every factory there's division of labor, and there are rules that guide everyone in the factory. I don't think the leaders has anything to reason with any followers. The only time the leader would intervene is when anything emergency like accident occur.
Okay.
If Bible was written before Christianity, there is an excuse of
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse of being respected.
That's the point. I don't get it, Joseph.
Something is missing from that.
Yeah.
Now, followers should be blamed because some of them, when they notice that they cannot hide things, is backdoor, they start to, misbehave.
I agree.
Joseph,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Totally agree.
Followers sometimes, yes. When they notice that, they go through the back door. You're right, though. You're right.
That's probably that's the area where the sneak in comes in.
Totally, though. Well, we would love to go further. I wish I could go further and further with you. There's some reactions here and there. Okay. All right, we'll just call it a close for this one. But yeah, you already know that the conversation is still continuing across social media platforms right there. Get onto the Facebook page where we'll keep saying this every time. You want to see Vicky Vic, sports minister on radio, and his very thoughtfulness in the conversation. Sports minister wanted to open my brain. We're breaking it down.
But the truth of it
Have
is
mercy
that
on me.
The truth of it is that no one is an island,
right?
And no one is perfect,
right?
Both the leaders, both the followers, you must come to a round table and discuss. And if not, I think we just have to leave it this
way. We've come to a round table, and that's how we say bye. But yeah, remember I told you that at exactly 11 o'clock, right, we will be having the OGP conversation. All right, and we cannot stop talking about these things because these things affect us actively or passively, right? Don't go away.